Hi guys, long time no see. This is just a video to explain where I've been over the past year, which I'm really sorry about for not really uploading. I know I did one about the EU, but that was really the only one. I just wanted to start to say I am really sorry for not uploading anything really. And this video I'm going to explain why. As you've seen with the title of this video, I have depression. I have not said anything on YouTube about anything about mental health so far at all, and I've known I've had anxiety for about 3 or 4 years now, and I think I've had it since about 13-14 years old. But this video is about my depression, and I've only recently had the diagnosis for that. But I guess to really explain what has really been going on, I really have to kind of like backtrack to back when I was 17, which is when I think my depression started. I probably had depression-like feelings going along with my anxiety since I was about 14, I think. I think kind of switched between the two. But the first time I can really pinpoint an event where depression really came into it was when I was 17, towards the end of my year 12 year at sixth form. I was dating this guy. It's some stories, typical stories as you may think they go. We dated for just under 2 months. Yeah, I broke up with him because I knew that we weren't really going anywhere. And looking back now, he was actually quite controlling and emotionally abusive, I think. The dynamic between us was quite, yeah. For the purposes of this video, I think I'm going to call him C. I'm going to call him C. And so yeah, me and C dated for just under 2 months. And then we broke up. We weren't going anywhere. And as I said, looking back, it really wasn't a healthy relationship at all. I thought it was all fine. About a week later, I was sitting in our common room, and this girl who I thought was one of my friends was sitting with him at a table, which was fine. It was a free period, free world, everything. But then they both just started saying things across the room at me about how I was a slag, a slut, anything like that. And I was like, why? I'm neither. I knew I wasn't. But that just made me upset and I think a little bit angry. And eventually I find out through the grapevine that he'd been going around telling everyone that I'd been sleeping with a lot of people behind his back while we were going out. I was cheating on him with people of various genders, or his words, men and women. Even at that point, you know, I was particularly a man's girl, you know? And at that point now, I'm a virgin. I'm even a virgin now. And I'll talk about that in another video. That's a completely different story. But I've never had sex. And especially at that point, I've never done any kind of intimate things, especially with him, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, and I think that just got to me, because at that point I was still Christian. I was still, you know, not devout, but I still believed in God. At least I was questioning, but in my head I still believed in God still. And I guess it just got to me really badly, especially if you've been brought up Christians. You've got all these morals going around your head and all these conflicting questions. That confuses the hell out of you anyway. But yeah, and eventually people were calling names at me in the corridors, and rumours are going around about me. I've heard from a friend that he said in his class that he'd even told teachers who teach me that I'd done all this to him, even though I hadn't. And I just felt, because like I had just started at school that year because I moved schools for sixth form, and he'd been there since, you know, year 7, since he was 11. And it just felt like everyone was ganging up on me. And coming from a background where I've been bullied pretty much most of my school days anyway, for some reason it just hit me. It was like, and I would literally, for about a week or two, I would literally just sit in the shower, grab my razor blade and cut my arm. They're all superficial cuts. I've never cut myself in a damaging way, and even if I have scars, they're so tiny that you have to really look and know they're there. And most of my scars are from burning myself accidentally, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, that's the first time I cut myself, and when I can really pinpoint I was really upset about something. When I did reach out to someone, or a couple people who I thought were my friends, and they just turned to me and said, well, if you're telling us, you obviously just want attention. That really wasn't it. It was me trying to reach out to somebody who I thought I could trust, and who I thought would understand, or would at least listen to me and try and understand my feelings. So it wasn't about the breakup, it was the fact that everyone was spreading rumours about me and everything like that. So I had a really up and down couple of years. Year 13 was up and down. I didn't self-harm or anything, and my gap year just the same. It was more of an up year, I think, because I didn't have much stress. It was mostly just family time, and I worked at a breakfast club for about an hour and a half every morning. Then I worked as a lunchtime supervisor around lunchtime. So it was more, yeah, it was more an up. Some downs, but a lot of ups. And although I still had feelings of being upset, it didn't really stick for long. I think that was like a normal couple of years. But then I got to uni. I started uni when I was 19 and I turned 20 quite quick. Both in semester 1 and semester 2 of my first year, when I did vocal and choral studies, I had about 2 weeks of self-harm again. It's hard. Sorry. I'm kind of going back to that place again. Yeah, so self-harm again, superficial. It was all my razor blade on my sort of left upper arm, no, lower arm, near the wrist. Yeah, sort of my left arm. So it bled a bit, but it wasn't anything like damaging. Some other stuff happened in my second semester of my first year, which I'll go through in another video because I feel like that's a story time kind of video. So yeah, that carried on, and even in my second first year of uni, when I changed courses to childhood studies, or when I changed courses, so I had like a second first year, so I was 2021. First semester went off okay, that was a good semester. Although semester 2 was okay, it was still quite uppity, downy at the same time. So yeah, my second first year was quite okay. Then comes my actual second year. I moved into a house off campus, so I was 21, 22. And stuff happens, you know, and I'll go into more about this story in another video, but essentially I ended up spending almost the entire year skipping lectures, phoning in sick to work. And I'm sorry if anyone who works watching this, it's just the truth. I'm really sorry if I messed around when I was working there, but I got really bad. That's the only way I can describe it. I did have about 2 weeks of self-harming, again superficially with a razor blade. I just stayed in bed the whole time, and I ordered takeaways, and so I've put on a lot of weight, you know? I've been told by the doctor to lose weight, but I just stayed in bed, sleeping most of the time, not really doing much, and I just stayed in bed. And I couldn't really do anything. Eventually, I decided to take an academic break from uni towards the end of my second semester. I managed somehow to pass my first semester. I don't know how. Probably through my mum trying to whip me into shape when I got my extensions, but I'm really lucky to have had my mum. So yes, I'm going back to restart my second year, semester 2 on my current course in January. I'm on medication. I go to a group counselling session every Friday. It's a 2-hour session that's going on until the end of December. Then I have one follow-up session in the January. It's going well, I guess. It's quite difficult to connect with people at first if you don't know them, I think. Yeah. I'm not self-harmed yet. I have thought about it, and I have had moments over the last year of jumping around in front of a car or anything like that, but it's more like flashing. I never plan or anything like that, but yes, I have thought about suicide, and that is the truth, but I'm not in any danger of suicide. I just wanted to be honest with you guys and be honest with myself, and this is my way of not just trying to help other people out there who might be dealing with similar things, but also as trying to explain to my friends and my family why I've been acting so strangely. But yes, my treatment's going well. Reaching about a third to halfway through. But yeah, I'm getting steadily better, and there have been some other stories that I could have told throughout this process that I've gone through with you guys today, but I'll probably do them in like story time videos at some point. I can't cry. I can only ever cry at films. I can get emotional, but I can never cry. Does anyone else have that? Like, if you've experienced similar things or anything like that, can any of you cry? And if you can, how? Like, I physically can't cry. It's very difficult for me. Ugh. Okay, so the last thing I wanted to talk about in this video was where I plan to take my channel. I know you say I'm at home. I have a job during the week, but that's in a bakery cafe shop, and that's going okay. But obviously I want to do something else with my time, more instructive and something I really enjoy, and that includes YouTube, which I'm just starting to get the passion up with it again, and I do have plans. I want like a free range. Like I don't want really to have a set schedule. It's like I think I put too much pressure on myself a year ago, and by having a deadline of like a video every Sunday and maybe have an extra video on Wednesdays, I want to have a free range, no set schedule, just upload whenever I have a video. And I want to continue with the sorts of stuff I have been doing on activism, like feminism, or baking, maybe a couple baking videos or tags. But I do want to bring another one of my old passions that I haven't really done at all in public, or ever really in the last few years, which is sing. I would like to do some singing videos with you guys. I'm not very good anymore because glandular fever wrecked my voice, but I can give it a go, and even if it's really bad, it's something I used to enjoy, so maybe I can bring that passion back. That's something I've read in self-help books or blogs, and I've been told by various like people, whether it's my mum, my GP, my sister who's like a mental health practitioner, or even my counsellor. So yeah, I want to try and bring that back into my life, and this is a way of like, I won't have confidence to do that in front of an audience, but if it's just me and a camera in my room or wherever I'm filming, then maybe I can just about do it. Who knows? So yeah, I might do some singing videos. I might do some more vlogs. I quite enjoy vlogging. But I don't know if I'm going to do like a vlog every month showing bits of my month, or whether it's something, whether I do something interesting on one day. But I'm not sure. You should tell me in the comments below what you think I should do with that. I also want to start a feature on this channel called Ali's Tea Time, where I tell you a story about something in my life, or I tell you something I'm passionate about, talk to you about that, or yeah, anything like that. I'm also starting a blog, which I will link below if I've already got something out on that. If not, I'll put it in the next video or whenever it goes up. Yeah, on that video I'm going to do sort of like baking recipes, so move a lot of my baking onto there. I might do some baking videos, but a lot of my baking stuff will be on the blog. Also like craft ideas or present ideas, those kind of blogs, or things I'm passionate about which I want to write in more detail going along with the video possibly, or I just want to write about, might go on there. I'm almost certainly going to write a video on, I'm almost certainly going to probably do a blog on my mental health, probably to start it off like with this, at some point. I'll let you know if that goes up. And I also want to review books, because I do like to read, you know, and reading is quite calming. Yeah. So that's all I really wanted to talk about today. Please comment down below if you've experienced anything similar to me or anything like that. If you've had that dark clouds over your head like I have, or had that little black dog follow you. That's another way of describing it. I'll link the video of the black dog theory down below. Or if you have any ideas of where you roughly would like me to take my channel. That's something else that will be good to know as well. So yeah, it was nice chatting to you, and I hope I've not made a fool of myself in this video, and I hope that you don't like hate me for not posting. So thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time I upload.